Do you think that I could get some chicky? Oh, baby. We talk about self-indulgent. We create the official We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All Studios soundtrack, baby. And it is funny. Welcome to this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
We had a big meeting.
Yeah, had a little meetos.
Had a little meetos.
Middle meeting tree.
Yeah,
meeting session.
Beating our meeting.
We had a little beating. So yeah,
I guess like we should start this episode by doing a PSA kind of thing.
Sure.
And maybe like a big blanket. We'll just tell your mother we ate it all apology to
to any fans.
To any fans that have listened and loved our podcast for the few months it's been out.
We will do better.
We strive to do better, and we feel like this has been a gross malfeasance in the scene of podcasts. But for everyone that bought tickets to go to the Golden Age, and
I would say willful ignorance.
Yes.
On their behalf.
To anyone that bought tickets to go see comedians talk over movies.
American Pie.
For American Pie.
Spotted, yeah.
And saw Alexi Toliopoulos of Mike Check and Zoe Coombs-Ma and did not see any of us.
Yeah. We can see why you would assume.
We apologize from the bottom of our hearts, and please write into us demanding a refund.
We apologize on behalf of Alexi.
And yes, please ask for a refund. Our email address is weateitall69@gmail.com, and then we'll send all of your requests to Alexi, who will personally refund you from what I can only assume is a garbage experience at the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Grievous misstep.
Yeah.
Some would say it was not very horny.
Yeah.
Baby.
I think as far as business praxis goes, like it definitely wasn't horny. It definitely wasn't Mike.
It wasn't groovy.
Yeah,
I'll say that much. I'll put that on record.
I'll go so far as to say it wasn't Randy, baby.
I was going to say maybe like I might be overstepping my bounds here, Rose and Andrew, but like please tell me if I am. But like
hey, go off, King.
Look, I don't think it was shagadelic. What they did. I don't think it was shagadelic. Like, and we know
yeah, normally I'd tread lightly, but I tend to agree with this.
I would say it was a Shrektacular failure.
Yeah. I would say a lot of vagina, more like a lot of bullshit that we weren't invited on this show.
Wayne's World came crumbling down.
Yeah. It's party time. Excellent. Oh, wait, the wheel just held. Tell your mother we ate it all, but guys aren't here. Fuck this. It sucks.
Yeah. It was a real Wayne's World 2 of an experience.
I believe the whole audience put a sign up that says, "This guy blows goats, I know," and pointed at Alexi Toliopoulos.
Absolutely.
So I married an axe murderer? Yeah, you might now after they get so angry that the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All crew weren't at the comedians talking over movies show.
For American Pie.
American Pie.
I just don't understand. How do you not get Stifler himself, Andrew Hastings, when you're going to do a movie about Stifler?
Studio 54, more like Studio 69, when the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All crew were doing comedians talk over movies. Featuring American Pie.
Anyone who went along when I don't love Guru this.
They were like, I thought they were going to pull a cat out of a hat, but the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All crew were not at this thing. So, I mean, like, Cameron James, to be fair to him, has distanced himself from this in the group chat. He said this is purely an Alexi thing. So, I don't know if you guys are on the same page as me, but what I'm thinking is total reboot. Total re-shit. We get Cameron James as the fourth co-host on this
Let's total
podcast.
reboot their lives.
Yeah, how about we total reboot your careers and we talk over your podcast at the movies all the time.
Yeah.
So,
fuck those guys.
No, we love them. And
Is that our option?
No. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I mean, that is a grievous error to do our flagship movie and not invite us.
I mean, and not even, not so much as a courtesy message.
It's not like we weren't just a message away. I have messages from Alexi saying that he finds the podcast horny and groovy.
Hold on. Let me get with my
And then
message.
he also-
So you should say that he did prefix that with Dude.
Yeah.
All right, here
He
we go.
did not say he would eat a baby. But I mean, like, come on, dude. Like,
Here's my messages from Alexi. Hey, Andrew. No, I don't think you're quite ready for green lights.
here's mine from Alexi. Dude, ask Nico. He's the one that books green lights. What do your messages from Alexi say, Rose?
I deleted them in a furious rage.
Well, aren't you the international woman of mystery?
This is.
I was enraged. I wanted to go full fembot on him.
Yeah.
This is controversial.
I mean,
stuff.
you know what would have been gold member? If you get the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All crew doing comedians talk over movies with America Pie.
Crazy.
You know what we have to do? We have to put our own event on and talk over the
Austin
spider
Powers,
shag me.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we need to do that.
So tune in for next week's episode where we do Austin Powers.
1 through 9.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're making a 4th Austin Powers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
shouldn't
because-
talk about it though, because that's another podcast territory.
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus.
respect is such a hard thing to come by in this industry, and like a certain comedy covers subject, I don't think we get no respect doing this.
You know, I feel like a regular Dana Carvey right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Left in the lurch.
Yeah, what
once
a
again.
Utterly disrespected.
yeah. What are we, pistachio disguisey over here? Our disguise was so good that we weren't even invited to do comedians talk over movies featuring American Pie with Alexi Toliopoulos
And Zoe Coombs-Marr.
and someone else. And Zoe Coombs-Marr doesn't even have teen sex comedy podcast.
No, she doesn't even have a podcast that's about teen sex comedies. Why would they get her
Alexi doesn't even
Barry
have a podcast.
Award winner for her show? What was it called again?
Trigger warning.
Trigger Warning.
Trigger word happy, I think.
Yeah. I actually saw Trigger Warning. It was a very good show.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
absolutely
She's a very funny comic. But does she know about getting it sucked?
I don't know if she knows about getting it sucked.
As
What
a
would-
famous lesbian.
Yeah. Not having
one
a
might
penis.
say no.
Or, being someone who has sex with people with penises.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, we're not a normally we have a trans person on the podcast.
We're woke.
Yeah. And we have one.
We have quantifiably won.
33% of this podcast is not cis-normative, hetero,
White.
performative men.
Yep.
Yes, when we're also white and nerdy.
Like the
Like the
Weird Al Yankovic
song.
song.
And you know who would like parody songs? Probably Alexi Toliopoulos.
It seems like he would.
Yeah.
There is
Here's-
no way he doesn't own at least one Weird Al Yankovic album.
Here's a song for you, Alexi. We will destroy your podcast once we talk over a movie. And once again, I don't think Cam has anything to do with this. He's a sweetheart, but he could be manipulating things behind the scenes, like a puppet master, being like, "Oh, it's all Lexi's fault. I actually enjoyed doing the road trip episode. It wasn't a bad episode, and you didn't just ply me here with a bottle of vodka and get me drunk before I had to do my actual podcast with Alexi, and now he's mad about it."
Yeah. Anyway, what else has been going on?
We just had a little we had a little meeting tree with a director about producing mine and Andy's theoretical web series that may or may not come to fruition.
Yeah,
But
we'll
what
see.
What I didn't realize,
Because you made a terrible impression on the director.
no,
No.
what I didn't realize is that the director is famous, and We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All history. She is known as the person. Remember when Andy freaked out about the messages because he
Yes.
talked too much about her on the podcast?
Yes.
That was
It's her.
Yeah.
And you had no idea.
No, I
No,
Jamie
no,
did.
I had no idea, and I was just because I said like, "Do you listen to the podcast?" And she was like, "Yes, I've actually been brought up in the podcast." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." We bring up a lot of people. We bring up Rooney Tower, Alexi Toliopoulos,
Austin Powers.
ostentatious.
My friend.
Yeah,
How did you feel the meeting went, Jamie?
I felt it went great, but like it is funny going to what is essentially a business meeting with Andy, who will like occasionally like will get notes on the script, be like, "Oh yeah, we could find a new way to make jokes about that. Like, what's the theme? Like, hey, do you want to do nangs and fuck on the weekend?" Like, it's, like maybe 40% of the meeting was Andy being like, "Yeah, we should hang out again," and like me sitting there being like, "Yeah, I know what hang out means." Like, it's not like
I
you're
had
doing
this-
that Shawn Michaels joke on me where it's like, "We should LICK your pussy."
I had the same experience when Andy and I went to meet with Steve to see if we could do Powerbomb as a show.
And Steve's just twirling his blonde hair, being like, "So, we gonna like hang out, do some nags?"
No, Andy was doing that with Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck Steve.
I've had a different day. I woke up at 11. And
Yep.
I've already cried twice.
Sure.
It's pretty hormonal.
Sure.
It's good.
Fine. Good.
I cried when I got back from the supermarket because I was carrying groceries and
They were too horny.
I mean, certainly yes, because the groceries were just Johnny's and lube.
Or zucchinis, pre-wrapped with the condoms that you just unboxed in the store.
Man, what grocery shop are you going to where they sell zucchinis with condoms?
It's called
already?
Max
No.
Black on King Street in Newtown.
It's called going to Woolworths, unwrapping
Right,
the condoms
okay,
and
sure.
just pulling them over the zucchini.
Sure.
No, it was because I can feel myself getting physically weaker by the day, which is good. And then I cried watching an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Oh, which episode?
It was the one where Leslie and Ron become friends again.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah.
people cry at that. That's not a hormone thing.
I cry all the time.
But I wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
That's a new...
Yeah, well,
Very
maybe you
stoic Rose Piper.
you
I
weren't-
am very
You
stoic.
just weren't in touch with your feelings when you were a
Yeah.
dude like me and Andy. We already have some of that femme part to us, you know?
Yeah.
I don't mean
yeah.
to tell you what it's like to be a woman, but as someone that cried during a few episodes of Parks and Recreation, you got to up your game, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll happen more now.
Smells like bacon.
I
in
took
this
a bunch
house. It's
of
delicious.
I took a bunch of Dexies last night, and I woke up feeling incredibly anxious. And it's one of those things where you just wake up being like, "Come on, Hastings, do better." I was very disappointed in myself
Yeah.
this morning.
And then you
Isn't
spend
that most mornings?
yeah,
and then you spend an hour and a half railroading, talking about scripts to talk about railroading our director.
hey dude.
And she was lovely as well.
Yeah, she's great, man.
And she kept like saying things about you being handsome, which threw
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I was like, what bit are we doing?
we were like, yeah. I felt bad that Jamie just essentially had to sit there and watch me flirt with our director.
You're sitting about... He's a pedophile.
yeah, every time she was like, "You look handsome in this." I was like, "What's kind of like small dick? What's she gonna hit him with?" And then she was just, "No, you look so handsome. Like I'd like to hang out." And I was like, "What are we doing here?" She did give us some very good notes on
Yeah,
the
she
script,
actually knows what she's talking about.
Yeah,
it seems.
she knows what she's talking about. But like, yeah, I would have like, I'm sure you must have explained to me that you guys knew each other personally before. I just didn't.
Oh, I
remember.
did.
Like, I know I've met her because she said like, "Oh, did you recognize me when I came?"
Yeah,
in?"
she came to Powerbomb one time.
Yeah, I'm sure she. Yeah, but like Powerbomb is like your
A
patron
revolving door.
Yeah, like you know, to quote an off-love movie of this podcast, Venom.
Yeah.
You know when,
I thought we were done.
No. So you know in Venom where like Elon Musk puts the people in the room with the symbiote,
Yeah.
and they
yeah.
like take over them. Every Friday, I view Powerbomb as like a petri dish where like an unknown woman is like, "Yeah, Andrew invited me to Powerbomb. He seems like a pretty good guy," and then there's just semen swimming towards it, being like, "Yeah,
Yeah. The Powerbomb date is a good date.
no, it's not."
Why does it keep working then? I
You
don't
mean-
know.
Having done it, I found it very stressful.
Really?
Like it worked, but I found it stressful.
It's not easy, but it works. It's very because you seem like you have a bit of authority. You're in control of the situation.
I understand why. Like you seem like you have a bit of responsibility. Like
yeah, it
it's
seemed
work.
like a big dog.
Like when
for a
it
bit.
goes off and it has like 35 people there and they're, "Oh god, he's popping his shirt off." I'm gonna undo a button just.
It's a hot
to-
day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's check it, boys.
I can't do that anymore because I got to get my nogs out, even though they're the same size as Andy's.
Mine are bigger.
Yeah, maybe. Mine
Yeah.
are pointier.
Have
though.
your nipples changed?
Yeah, they're like big and pointy.
Are they? Oh shit, they are a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're growing boobs there, Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
This
Man.
one's bigger, actually.
Man,
It's
it's crazy. That's the first boob I've seen today.
yeah. That's
just
just
flashed everyone on the
that's
podcast.
just that's just porn for us at this point, right?
yeah, right. Nice one.
Guys, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We're Tired of Our Own Premise.
Oh, no, but this one.
I'm excited about
goes
this
for the
No,
episode.
well,
premise.
this is basically us being like, "Oh fuck, we didn't want to watch a movie."
Yeah, basically. And you know what? It was great. It
Yeah,
felt
it
great.
was
It
a
really
lot of-
felt good to not
it
have
was
to
a
use my
lot of
time that
fun.
way.
Do we need to? Oh, we've only been going for 13 minutes. I feel like let's talk about other stuff, and I'll reintroduce the episode.
All right, we can do that.
No, we don't need to do that. We've been talking.
I feel like this one could be long, so
this
maybe
one
we
could
should
be
get into
long.
it.
All right.
And you've got your shirt off. What is your chest tattoo? Says, "Don't dream it, be it."
Yeah, it's a Rocky Horror Picture Show quote.
Yeah,
Man, that's
Was my-
fucking lame as shit.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
Yeah, I got it when I was 18. It was my first ever tattoo.
Yeah, my first one.
First one.
My first one says "Stay True" and it says Thursday lyric, but people.
It's also at D's Nuts album.
That also sounds really fucking lame.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay true.
It's just like fine.
Yeah. Well, when I got it,
I have a tree, and I
People constantly mistake it for broccoli.
Yeah, someone posted that on the photo I posted on Instagram the other day.
Second funniest comment that you've ever got on social media.
What was the funniest?
This unit
the
would
Sheila,
crack a
yeah,
couple of skulls.
Yeah, that was the best.
Just the idea that this person
Say-
like,
say the full quote for the listener.
The full quote was, "Fuck yeah, would love to see this absolute unit of a Sheila in the AFLW cracking skulls."
It was in response to you doing stand-up comedy on TV.
Yeah, which had nothing to do with AFL.
yeah, talking about being trans,
Yeah.
which is like so funny. Like,
and gardening Australia.
yeah, it's so funny. Like a dude being like, "How do I support the trans movement?" Oh yeah, I tell her she'll beat the shit out of other women.
But also having no idea that would be a fucking dream come true. I love the AFL.
Yeah.
And the AFLW.
hitting women.
Yeah. And now you're a chick, you could probably actually get in there.
That's a very long and complex thing, and the answer is definitely not at the moment.
Do you not think so?
No, there's rules around it.
There's been a huge thing with Hannah Mounsey. It's
Who's
pretty
Hannah
fucked.
Mounsey?
She's a
Hannah Mounsey's a
trans
trans woman who's like had issues with getting in there, and it's because she doesn't look typically feminine. She's like quite big.
You would say maybe she's an absolute unit of a Sheila.
She is an absolute unit
that
of a
would
Sheila.
crack a couple skulls.
Yeah, well, that's what they think. But like, if it was a trans woman who looked like a sort of typically female woman, there would be no issue.
So have
It's
you
all-
noticed that you are actually weaker now?
Yeah,
How much you bench?
It's just an excuse to...
I would have had to have had like a previous benching. Like,
Yeah.
Can you only do female push-ups now?
yeah, I could only ever do female push-ups forever.
Are you making excuses for...
My other
But how
female
you-
Sam
housemate
can
getting
probably
very.
do real man push-ups. I'm
Sam
sure.
is like an
a
amateur
power
weightlifter,
lifter, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
she's killer.
Yeah, I can see her back right now. But mine just looks disgusting.
I don't know if you need to throw in amateur there. Like,
I didn't say
no,
amateur.
Rose did.
No, but she's not a professional.
Oh, you
Like,
could have just said weightlifter. You could have just said weightlifter.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're in comp,
it's not what she makes her living doing. No
didn't
one would
say
call me
you-
a professional comedian.
All right.
That's
So every time
semi-professional.
you say you're a comedian, you
All
say
right.
amateur
Okay,
comedian?
so she's a semi-professional weightlifter.
she does 7-minute spots at some places, but it's not always paid.
Yeah.
The classic semi-professional defense for someone that doesn't make a living wage doing comedy like
Yeah.
us three.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think you're just claiming to be weaker because you lost that arm wrestle to Tom Sanderson, and this is you retroactively trying to justify that.
Sam, how much do you bench?
Sam, we're us.
Sam's getting
Sam?
embarrassed.
How much do you
It's a
bench?
lot, isn't it? It's like a shitload,
Is
right?
it a lot? Do you bench? How
How much
do
can you? How much can you?
She said she doesn't
deadlift?
usually bench.
How much can you squat?
Hang on, put her on the mic.
How much,
How much can you? How much can you lift? Like, what's your deadlift number?
How much can you squat?
55 kgs.
Is that a lot? I know nothing.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like,
That's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
I
How much
weigh
do you-
about 74.
That's almost as much as you weigh, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
pretty
guess that's
good.
a lot. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's pretty
fat.
good.
You're a silly son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So basically, Sam could bash all of us.
Yeah. I think I could deadlift maybe 40. So
What I'm trying to say is, when you guys aren't here, Sam
beats
mercilessly
you.
beats me.
That's why when you cracked amateur weightlifter, she just started flexing. It was like, oh, you're in for some hell.
I
When we
could
go
see her
home.
veins pulsating.
Yeah.
It was,
Why was she cracking her knuckles that loudly?
Why does she have a knuckle tattoo that says "Kill Rose" on that?
Oh man,
she's cooking at the moment. It's actually human.
How
meat.
much do you bench, Hastings?
I don't know. I do it on a machine, so I don't know.
What?
It's like 7. I think is the best I've done,
Yeah, that's pretty.
which
good.
I think is like 40 something.
I think it's in
Maybe
5,
30
I
something.
think it's in 5 kilo increments usually.
so.
Some
It would
of
be
them-
like 35 then.
Yeah, some
yeah,
of
that's
them are
alright.
in tens, but like because like when you weightlift with the machine, you don't take into account the bar, which is really heavy
Yeah.
on like free weightlifting. But like real benches don't count the bar because that's pussy shit.
Sick, dude. You're jacked.
I know nothing about weightlifting,
Yeah.
but like I've hung out with a lot of fucking idiots that like.
The
No,
bar is
I know
counted.
a lot of dudes that are like don't count the fucking bar
They sound like weird
'Cause it's
machos.
like-
'Cause I always had the impression the
Yeah.
bar was counted.
because the bar is like 15 kilos, like sometimes
20.
In that case, I can bench press about 45 kilos.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
but
can.
I hate doing weights.
Yeah, I like doing weights, but it's just a pain to get down there.
There's-
I'm more of a cardio gal. Once every 2 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've been doing cardio recently. It's been sick.
I don't know, man. We had some beers last night, Rose.
We did.
How did your night end up?
I went to the Bank Hotel with former guest Stephanie Broadbridge for a little bit.
Let me guess.
And she...
Some caps were involved.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
That's not Steph's bag.
No, I was talking about your bag specifically.
Oh, right. No. That happened the night before, and I would not want to
the
repeat
caps that were promised to one Andrew Hastings.
No promises were made. It was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you can't get on your high horse about caps that Rose bought and then be like, but I expect freebies because we're
I was going to pay
It
for
was
them.
going to pay for them, but...
Yeah, but like it's right of first refusal.
Of course. I can understand. I don't have a real claim to it, but I'm just, it would have been nice.
Yeah, sure.
Look,
Yeah.
I'll get it to happen. No, we just sat there and she did her usual, I'm going to let you know how mental I am.
Oh, okay.
No.
Women actually, look, it's fine.
No, it was like to go back to what we talked about in the episode that she was in, where like all the wrinkles of her personality, and like I finally got a very big. I know she listens. Hi, Steph.
All the wrinkles on her face because she's old.
'cause she's
Shit.
old, dude. She's fucking old.
Like, it's so fun to see like Sue Thomas's mother doing comedy.
No, I got like we got into a back and forth about like how much each of us likes gigging, and I got into all the wrinkles of that with her, and she has a very different attitude to it than I do.
A wrinkle in time.
Yeah.
But she is very dedicated and works very hard, and I wish her all the best.
I took a bunch of
It was a
Dexys.
nice time.
And drank a lot of wine and then didn't have sex, which is okay, actually, I think, in the long run.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be a better man.
Is this the first weekend you haven't had sex on Friday and Saturday?
Probably.
The first weekend
Ever.
First weekend ever.
Yeah, it's for a while, yeah.
It's been a
It's been a
It's been a what?
It's been a period of time.
It's been a long time.
I
shouldn't have left you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good, man.
Have you guys seen Romeo Must Die?
No.
No.
It's pretty cool.
I've never seen a movie.
Really?
Never.
That's odd considering what we do for.
I've been faking it.
Not
Yeah,
a
he's-
living.
He's been reading the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, I can just get it from context,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, like,
I've never seen a movie. I've never even seen The Joker.
I know you.
Have you ever seen that
In a film.
the tweet from Michael Owen, former
Liverpool
English footballer?
turncoat.
Turncoat. But he did a tweet years and years ago, said something like about like movies are rubbish. I've only ever seen 8 movies. # hate films.
That seems like he's doing a bit almost.
Yeah,
He's
that
clearly,
rules.
Because
But
he's the most
it's like a
boring
drill
man in the
tweet.
world.
It's like-
It's definitely accurate.
Well,
and
like-
I really want to know what the 8 movies are.
I know.
Fight Club, The Three Matrixes.
Nah, it'd be way dumber than that.
Yeah, it's got to be way dumber.
Okay.
So when you say you faked all movies, like if you've faked a movie, so do you get like a fake towel?
I knew you were going
It's
there.
pretty clever. It's good. That's like a bit I used to do. That's clever, man.
Yeah, you're just a bit I used to do, baby.
Now you're just a bit that I used to
Or
do.
should we
You
talk
message
about
that
that
to me.
revelation from Friday?
What revelation?
And Andy's bit that he has to change now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Turns out Becky Lucas has been doing a bit near identical to a bit of mine, and neither have ever seen each other do it. And, like, because of the way...
And she's done it better, I believe.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
better.
Well, she's a better comic than me. Because of the way status works in comedy, I just have to just change my bit now, I guess. Like,
No, just keep doing it over mics. No one care.
nah,
Yeah.
I have some integrity. I'll change it. It's all right.
Maybe just workshop the chest bit in there instead.
You're right. I should just do that instead.
What's the status on the chest bit? Ever been performed
No,
yet?
never been performed live. I've actually been doing the original bit that was a part of without the chest bit,
And
that bit hasn't been working.
What bit's that bit?
So you don't want it to tank even worse.
It's stuff about like about being engaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I've shown you a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't really been working. I've got to do some rewriting, I think.
So we to get on the subject of the episode, we love teen sex comedies.
We do.
I think.
Well, this is like one of the reasons we wanted to start doing the podcast, because we said we wanted to talk about how we love all the
soundtracks.
yeah,
Yeah, I think.
which I think was almost solely because of the American Pie 2 soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good.
Much like our.
And many of my votes from this were based on that.
Much like our first mistake with the podcast in general, it started with us sitting around being like, I love teen sex comedies, then realizing we mostly just love the American Pie trilogy.
We love 5 teen sex comedies.
And then sitting through stuff like sitting through Josh Hartnett trying not to bust and being like, oh, this is garbage. We love teen sex comedy soundtracks, mostly the American Pie 2 soundtrack with Fat Lip, Phoebe Cates, If I Could Be Like That. I'm going to split this room in half with Uncle Cracker.
Some random Green Day song.
Yeah, there's a great song by a band called Left Front Tire called Bring You Down, which is one of my
I
favorite
remember that.
pop punk songs, even though like the band like barely exists. So we decided, wouldn't it be fun if instead of watching a movie that we have to do every week, we instead skipped the movie and just bickered in a group chat about making our favorite teen sex comedy soundtrack. And luckily for you, we did it, and it's going to be very entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Also, there was actually minimal bickering.
Yeah, there was a little bickering. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. A girl I used to have sex with just posted on her Instagram story a photo of her with her boyfriend. I'm pretty mad now.
Which girl?
I don't want to say her name.
Say it off the mic.
This is very typical
Yeah.
of this podcast's quality.
Yeah, I feel like there's been now 5 episodes where you've been checking your phone.
It's not
and
one
be-
you know. You don't know her. I think you might have met her once, but...
Okay, but I do feel like there's been 5 episodes of this podcast where you've checked your phone and be like, someone I had sex with now no longer is
Yeah, things have...
sworn to me.
The numbers have really been dropping for Hastings lately. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's probably healthy in the long run, but it still hurts to see happen.
Look, how about we focus on the actual fucking...
Oh, fine. I love Blink-182. What do you want?
I'll get the list
list up.
created a Google.
Jamie's got it.
We created a Google document,
I wanna
and
follow along.
we wanted to make a full coherent soundtrack based on tropes of the era. So to give you, the gentle audience, the gentle Charles, an example, like we have like the Scar song because that's relevant.
Hang on, should we read the
Should
trope
I just
list?
read the 16?
Oh, no, but don't do 16. That can be a fun wrinkle.
Yeah, sorry. I mean the 15th. There is no 16th track. So we've divided them up into categories. They are as follows. The pop punk banger is the thing that opens the record.
That is a staple of the genre.
Yeah. It's usually the opening
A pop
song.
punk banger opens the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, a shitty
Absolutely,
introduction
it
from
does.
me, and then a quote, and
Yeah.
then the pop punk banger.
So then we have the Scar song. Should we be like talking? I think we should. No, I don't think we should list all 15. I think we should do them one at a time so we can
I
explain
agree.
what the thing is as well.
Okay.
I do want to point out that like we have a shared Google document, and for a window inside of Rose Piper's OCD,
Oh, yeah.
I've been inputting these all on my phone because like Google Docs is blocked at my work, so I don't have time to like properly format them. So like every track like is in quotation marks and a dash and then the band. And like I was just like writing some in, and then 2 minutes later noticed Rose Piper going in and capitalizing every word.
It drives me nuts. I had to do it.
And
Yeah,
my
it
favorite-
drives me nuts that you do that.
Yeah.
That's psychotic,
My,
Rose.
my favorite,
Also, I'm just trying to avoid doing work.
my favorite,
Like, I'm at work while I'm doing
my
that.
favorite one is like, we know what the song is, but you can do it dash Ice Cube feat Mac 10 and this way. And I was like, yeah, we know what you can do it by Ice Cube.
Because I thought it would be funny to put the whole thing in.
Yeah, I don't think you thought it'd be fun. I think like
No, you know why? Because I always thought that was Lil Kim.
there's also like party up in brackets up in here. But just seeing like I've written like fat lip and then it just you see in real time it says like Rose Piper and then the little F goes to a big F. I was like, Rose must not be busy today.
I'm always busy, but it's like some sort of like quantitative therapy, like making it right.
Okay. I
Yeah, you're
understand.
fucked.
I know.
You're absolutely fucked, and you should see a psychiatrist.
So what?
Now ain't that just a pot calling the kettle black?
he does.
I
this.
do see one. Like,
Yeah,
I don't-
No, you
She-
see a psychologist.
Oh,
You should
yeah.
probably see a
She comes-
psychiatrist.
she-
yeah, we're talking about doing that.
She
at the
used
moment.
to. She used to come to Dirty Thunder Wednesdays.
That's my old one. My new one,
Which
doesn't
is
do
funny
that.
because Andy doesn't get to perform there very often. But like I've seen her like 2 or 3 times, and like the first time because she heckles.
Yeah, we should tell this story properly for the listener. You've come in midway through.
Okay, yeah.
Have
so
we not told this on the?
I
I
don't
think
think
we've
so.
mentioned it, but like, hey,
My psychologist came to a bunch of gigs
she,
Why are
she-
you two holding the microphone like hardcore singers?
because I am a hardcore singer. Yeah, just no, I've already done that bit on the pod.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Edge Lifestyle is the best one.
Go vegan.
Yeah.
This song's called "Fuck a Cow." And it's
X fuck a cow X.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hastings.
Do you all see that photo of Minor Threat this week? And they just old as fuck.
No,
So,
that
like
rules
senior
though.
threat.
That's
It's real
funny.
good.
Senior threat. That's clever.
Minor threat is what Tom Sanderson makes to open mic women if they don't sleep with him. Look,
It's not like a real threat. It's like a.
Look, I'm just
minor.
saying you might not get on Powerbomb. I can't wait to not edit that bit out. But
Fuck those Melbourne dudes.
Anyway, so we start the soundtrack obviously with the pop punk banger.
Yes.
And do we have a reasoning why? The reasoning is because fuck you. Pop punk bangers always start these things.
They do. And as Tom Walker mentioned on the Van Wilder episode, which is why we chose it for the theme song, is like, every time I look for you at the start of American Pie 2 is iconic. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, none of us voted for it either.
Well, because it's not the most memorable one.
I would agree with that. It's iconic in American Pie 2, but compared to the rest of these fucking bangers.
See, well, this one we haven't agreed on a winner yet.
Yeah, this one we're
many,
starting.
many we have.
Yeah, we should tell the gentle audience that we have agreed on most of them. We did a majority vote system, so if there were 2 votes, it automatically became the thing. Because
Many were all 3.
Yeah, because we did not want to spend the entire podcast bickering about each other's music taste.
Yeah.
And being like
2 of us having
As much as
a
Rose
very
would love to
similar-
do that.
yeah. As much as we'd love to be told we're wrong, but we so pop punk bangers. So do we just say all 3? I guess.
Yeah, everyone go. So James,
No, well, I'd say the whole thing, I reckon.
You wanna
say the whole list that we
every
wrote
track
down.
list?
'Cause-
Jamie. So,
because-
okay, let's go first. Jamie Lee Kirk. What did you start on?
Jamie Lee.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, look, Andy at the
I ripped
meeting,
that about 2 hours ago.
at the meeting said, "I'm gonna say that on the pod," and I said, "Okay, dude, we'll see how that goes."
Man, that
And
would have just been a good bit if you just let it go.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We didn't laugh.
Jamie Lee Kirk. No, I think that's good, man. I think that's top shelf shit.
She's real hot.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still beautiful.
What's
Yeah.
that Schwarzenegger movie?
True Lies.
True Lies.
Yes.
Oh,
when she
baby.
does the
Yes,
striptease
my dude.
scene.
Did
See,
a
now
lot.
we're back on what this podcast is actually
Also,
about.
you seen Trading Places when she gets
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know, I love some of those nip nops.
Yeah, I love
Some of those-
I love those glee
Some of
pops.
those.
Some of those areolas.
Oops.
Little areolas for the fellas.
Okay, let's do it.
That's the word for nipple.
I'm just cognizant of do we want to do we want the whole podcast to be just us listing songs? But we should, right? Like we just bust. Do we do a little comment on all? of
yeah.
them?
So
it's not
so say what you voted for and then say why.
no, but Rose wanted me to list all the.
No,
Like the
fuck that.
nominees.
No, no.
Because some of them there are ones
Yeah, I
that
think
we didn't vote for
What
that
about
we should talk about.
What about
Sure.
obviously we're working this out as we go. But
Oh yeah.
what about
Which is what we do.
what about nominees and a sentence about why we chose them?
Yes.
So it's not just me being this.
Yeah. All right.
Because
go.
I
and
think
I
that-
voted for this.
Yeah,
and
think
I
that's
voted
what-
for this.
Okay, so the first song was "Every Time I Look for You." We kind of discussed that, right?
Yes.
It's iconic.
So
because
that's there because it opened American Pie 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next one.
And this is my vote. Fat Lip.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
in American Pie 2. It's a banger. It's probably the thing that convinced me to buy the American Pie 2 soundtrack. Introduced me to Sum 41, which has been a fruitful, lifelong relationship.
Really, I heard that on Channel V for the first
Oh
time.
no, I heard it on. I've said this on the pod, but 96.1 when American Pie 2 came out was giving away copies of the soundtrack, and that you always used to play the we like having fun and other people's expense, and I was like, oh, this song sounds like it rips. I bet it rips the whole song, and then there was rap in it by white guys, and I was like, oh, it does rip.
Yeah. Fat Lip was a hot damn classic.
I mean, Fat Lip still is a classic, but I heard something funny because me and Hastings, when we the germination of this podcast was in Melbourne.
Yeah.
When we were talking about writing a teen sex comedy, and we were talking about how good Sum 41 is, and Tom Sanderson got drunk and once almost spitefully said to me Hastings doesn't even like Sum 41 that much.
I don't like him that much.
Yeah.
Like trying to turn you against
Yeah, and
each
I was
other.
like, well, I don't mind, but we like the song and we sing it together. And he was like, yeah, but he doesn't love it. He's just pretending for you.
No, I like that song. I'm not a huge Sum 41
yeah,
fan.
but the way he
I've
made it,
I've never tried to hide that.
the way he made it sound, the way he made it sound was
Hastings is just a poser. He's
Yeah,
posing
no,
as a Sum 41 fan.
not even posing. The way he made
yeah,
it sound
Tom
was,
Sanderson is a fat guy posing as a skinny guy.
yeah. He made it sound like you were pretending to like Fat Lip so that we could be friends without having an argument.
No, Fat Lip slaps.
And you know
You're not
what?
gonna-
There's probably so many friendships based on something like that happening.
Yeah, exactly. And you get over it and you just become good friends. But it was
Yeah.
funny the way he said it. So Fat Lip slaps. The next song.
So that was your vote, James.
Yes, that was my
Yes.
vote. The next song is Rose Piper's vote, and it's a little song also by Sum 41 called In Too Deep. Explain.
I think that the scene that is in American Pie 2 is
Endless
joyous.
cheersing.
Endless cheersing.
It was
It's
very
joyous.
funny.
It's really funny. We've had fun with that. We made a meme out of it. But I just think the vibe of that song is more fitting than Fat Lip.
Yeah, I mean,
I would rather listen to Fat Lip if you made me pick between one of the two.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of what we're doing here, it's a more appropriate choice.
I think we get into the debate between the three at the end once we've done them all, right?
All right.
Yes.
So next song is the Andrew Hastings vote. It's a little classic called Damn It by Blink-182, featured in Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah. So when it features in Can't Hardly Wait, that's pretty good. But that's not why I voted for it. The reason I voted for it is that I believe that Damn It is the quintessential pop punk song. Stylistically, thematically, culturally, I think it is the pop punk song. That's why I voted for it as the pop punk song.
That is a fair point.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The next vote is not...
Just list the rest off.
Yeah, these are the rest. Phoebe Cates by Phoenix TX from American Pie 2.
But also referencing the actress from,
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes, yes.
Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra from Eurotrip.
obviously, Eurotrip.
Makes No Difference from Sum 41, which I believe is in Can't Hardly Wait.
I don't even know this
I didn't
song.
know who added that in.
No, it
That-
makes no difference because we brought this up on the pod. It is on one of the teen sex things because I described it as the lower rent version of Damn It that plays like during parties when shit's getting out of control.
Right.
And also Makes No Difference by Sum 41. Absolutely slaps. Flavor of the Week by American Hi-Fi, which I believe is on one of the American Pies.
That's in American Pie 2.
Yep. Want You Bad by The Offspring.
That's a classic.
That's
Which is-
also in American Pie 2.
Yep. Hit or Miss by Newfound Glory.
Also in American Pie 2.
And Mutt by Blink-182.
No,
American Pie
we-
1, I believe.
We have had this discussion. It's mutt.
It's Mutt, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's
Because he's a
Mutt.
dog.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah,
a dog.
You're listening, Dan Muggleton.
Yeah, I remember that
So,
argument.
What
That
do
was
we-
One of the
best.
few times you and I have agreed on something.
Yeah, but it was also the first time he ever had to cop to being wrong about something. It was a beautiful moment.
So now it's the point where all podcast listeners rejoice, where we argue over each other and speak at each other, and Hastings probably throws a transphobic slur out at some point.
Well, we kind of just already all made our points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. So like, what wins here?
I think...
I'm gonna be controversial.
Yeah.
Hastings convinced me.
Thank
Damn
you.
It is the quintessential pop punk
It's
song.
the pop
I
punk
knew this
song.
was going to happen.
Like I really wanted to convince people that Fat Lip was the one.
Yeah.
And like I think I don't even know anymore. Like if I was at a party, would I rather listen to Fat Lip or would I rather listen to Damn It?
I'd rather listen to Damn It. And this isn't hypothetical for me. Both got played at Hot Damn regularly. I would go off harder for Damn It.
Yeah.
The room not necessarily was probably 50-50, but I went off harder for
Here's
Damn
my
It.
thing. I totally agree with Rose that probably you think Damn It and Fat Lip are both better than In Too Deep, right?
They're both better.
Yeah, and In Too Deep is more of a piece with like that Cheers scene, like the culmination.
Yeah.
But as a pop punk banger,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Damn It, baby.
It's got to be Damn It.
So track one,
Damn It.
Damn It.
And also, if you're looking at this as if this were an album, you go, "Oh, cool! The pop punk, the teen sex comedy quintessential playlist. Put it in the CD player, first track, bam, whole
Yeah.
shit, it's perfect."
I honestly like if in the sequence the pop punk banger was maybe 7th or 9th.
Yep, different
and then
story.
you hear I might be like, oh yeah, it's In Too Deep. I think In Too Deep comes later in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The opening riff of Fat Lip though is classic though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's all agree that these songs all slap, and that.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we are releasing a Spotify playlist where every song.
Yeah, we'll be putting that out with
Every
the episode.
nominee.
Yeah, a peek behind
And
the curtain.
probably other ones we've forgotten about.
A peek behind the curtain. We were like, oh, fuck, I don't want to watch a movie. Also, what's a good way to grow our audience? Let's create a Spotify playlist and share it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was the genesis of this episode. The next song is the Scar song.
Oh no, hold on. What about let's go back to the pop punk song. What would be happening on screen when this song plays? In
In the Andrew Hastings movie?
in the Andrew Hay, sure. Let's use me as the vehicle.
Yeah,
Why
so
not?
the movie...
Wouldn't it maybe be like a montage where, because of the content?
Graduating.
No, because of the content of the lyrics of Damn It, it'd be like what is happening.
Right.
in
Yeah.
the song.
So it's a breakup.
I think it's like
Yeah.
you getting. I think it's like you getting.
Saying hi at a movie sneak preview.
So it's basically you getting dumped, but not in the heartbreaking way that it happens later in the movie when you've
It's
met the one you
I'm
want.
free, boys.
Or-
Not even though I'm free,
like-
I'm a loser.
Yeah,
or
right.
it's like at the party and like the girl who's broken your heart turns up to the party and is
Yeah.
like
Or
chatting to
she,
some dude.
or like no, she comes out of the bedroom and then someone's like, "Did you hear? He fucked her."
Yeah,
And then
there
it's
we
like
go.
Hastings like slowly dyeing his hair.
But
and
also they
it's
didn't fuck, and it was like the jock like telling her like, "I got a small penis."
Yeah.
That's the reveal at the end, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, he
All
has
right.
a tiny penis.
So yeah, but that's the kind of scenes you would get for that song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The next song is the Scar song, because what we've learned from this,
They gotta have Scar songs.
Yeah, I did not remember as many Scar songs as there are in these movies.
But it makes sense because like so many of these songs came out in
Oh,
the late
we're already 40
'90s.
minutes in.
There's no way that's true.
Yeah,
They
it's true.
But so many of these came out like
Fuck me.
the late '90s, early 2000s, and that's like the little window that Scar had for like being popular.
Yeah, absolutely. So the nominations are "I Want You to Want Me" by Letters to Cleo, which I believe
Which,
is
looking
in-
back, is not a Scar song at all. It's a cover of a Cheap Trick song.
But it's
Yeah.
it's a
there's-
Scar
but
band
it's
doing it.
performed
they're
in
not a
Scar
Scar band.
Aren't they?
I
No.
thought Letters
Look,
to Cleo was a Scar.
They're
Forgive
not.
me, but
They're
I'm
just
not
like-
a huge Letters to Cleo.
They're just a grungy
connoisseur.
girl band. They're not a Scar band
This
at
is
all.
elements
So we
of
got that
Scar
wrong.
in it, right? I felt like
No,
'cause
it
Letters-
was because it was in
10 things.
10 Things, which has all this like Lady Scar, but that's
Lady
not.
Doesn't matter. This song didn't even win the fucking thing. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next.
Well, that's why it didn't.
the next is the winner. The impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yes.
And like, why was it the winner? Because if you say Scar, that's basically the song you associate.
That
Scar
was the
with.
first Scar song I heard.
Yeah.
And I loved it and I bought the album.
Like, I would probably argue that I'd rather at a party listen to Beer by Real Big Fish,
Absolutely.
which
Yeah.
is Andy's nomination. But
Which was in one of the movies we watched,
Baseball.
but it's not a teen sex comedy.
yeah, but also like great song. But like, if you ask
Great.
95%
Great
of
song.
people, like, all right, what's a famous Scar song? They probably wouldn't even know the song, but they'd be like, and I think that's why Mighty Mighty
yeah.
Boss
The
Tones
chorus
win.
for
And they
Impression
were
I Get
also
is, like,
in
huge.
Clueless,
Yeah.
True.
which
And I feel
was
like
such a
they're
surprise.
in everything. Like this song has been a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then we had Just a Girl by No Doubt, which is like,
I think it's just a great song.
yeah, great song.
it's a good song.
Like Scar trappings, but like more kind of like
Yeah.
punky, funky.
Now,
Mm.
I in terms of the quintessential named Scar song, yeah, Impression I Get's probably the one. But I just think Beer just goes hard. Like I just
yeah,
Look, it's a great
fun
song.
as shit.
I'll
but, like,
concede the loss here, but I think it's just a good song.
Yeah, no one's disagreeing with you here.
Yeah.
All right,
So what
now we're
happens in
moving
there?
on as society did as a whole with Scar.
Okay. So now it's the romantic song. / They're Finally Together. But They're Finally Together will come later in the movie. But like the romantic
It's
song.
like the love song.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on, no, let's go back for a sec. What kind of scene would you get if a Scar song's playing in a teen sex comedy?
Probably you like palling around with your friends.
Like it's like a party thing.
Yeah,
It's
or like you're at a
A lot of the
mall.
time they're at a
It's
party
goofy.
or they're prom.
Yeah.
There's a Scar band playing at the prom.
I can picture you being at like a mall with an Orange Julius, like running around causing trouble. Like
What is an Orange Julius?
Orange Julius is a drink that's like Orange Julius is a franchise, and their thing is the Orange Julius is like orange juice, but it's got a raw egg in it that makes it like frothy,
Oh.
kind of like the way like a whiskey sour has egg whites in
That's
it.
weird.
fucking
So, like,
horrible.
it's like a protein orange juice.
That's
it's meant to
fucked.
be great, but I've never had orange.
That sounds
Julius.
absolutely awful.
I do like orange juice.
Yeah. So the romantic song, the nominee and winner is "Sway" by Big Runga.
Absolutely.
Which, like, iconic.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And
vote-
I agree.
So me
but
and
I
James-
did vote for something else.
Me and Jamie both voted for Sway.
And like we've discussed this on the podcast before, we have such. Me and Hastings basically cried together in Melbourne listening to this song. we were two.
I'm not
bottles-
even embarrassed.
Yeah, we were 2 bottles of rum deep.
I don't
telling-
think embarrassment is really a thing on this podcast.
2 bottles of rum deep, like had been friends for a while before that, but it was,
I'd say we really got close on that trip.
it's kind of funny because like this is the
This is the
romantic-
moment where they reveal
Well,
that
this
they
is
fucked.
like this is the romantic song, and I think like when we were listening to this, we were kind of both like the first time like, you know what, I love you, dude. We were just hanging out like, cheers, because I remember like we ran out of mixer, so we were just combining like rum and like water and rum and orange juice.
Rum and soda water I remember was going for a while.
That
It was
fucking
gross.
disgusting. But we had to drink the rum because we were like so in love in that moment.
Yeah. We got
And-
real drunk.
Yeah, and we put Spotify on and we listened to Sway 5 times in a row, just kind of like with our
man,
arms
this-
around each other, being like,
Man, this
"It's
song.
actually beautiful,"
Man, it's great.
and it is actually beautiful.
Yeah.
Which
Speaking
is-
of beautiful songs,
The next song is was Rose Piper's nomination. The runner-up is "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer.
I would also say this was my runner-up.
It
as
was
well.
also my runner-up.
Yeah.
I feel like as good as that scene with Sway is in American Pie, Kiss Me is in more of these movies.
Yeah.
And it's like always in that moment where they're together, they kiss. It felt like a more appropriate choice.
Do you guys
to
like
make.
the Newfound Glory cover of it?
Sam
I've never
agrees.
listened to it.
It's not good.
I like it.
See,
I don't
but
like Newfound Glory.
I'm a big Newfound Glory
See,
stan.
the reason that you just gave is the reason I didn't ultimately end up choosing it. Because, like...
Because you wanted to go for the more esoteric choice.
Yeah, well, no. Like, while this one is in
That's
more,
normally my remit, motherfucker.
Yeah. While this one is in more, I think Sway packs a bigger punch. Like, just because Kiss Me has been in so many things, the impact is kind of diluted.
Yeah.
Whereas Sway, it feels whole.
Also,
I'm
Kiss
surprised
Me's a little
Sam
more
didn't vote
saccharine.
for Sway because of the New Zealand connection.
Yeah,
true.
big runga.
You would have
Yeah,
heard
you
the
would've
song.
heard it.
Hastings, you want to sing?
My voice is not great today.
Yeah.
Sway,
It's quite high.
Don't
as well.
ever go away.
Do the
Oh,
chorus.
that's
Do
not-
the-
What's the...
It's
the chorus.
swaying my
My
step.
way.
Yeah,
Come
come
and
to
go.
Oh, God. We got to
Oh,
cut this
terrible.
bit out.
We'll play it for you later.
So the other nominees that all failed, although I have a runner-up here, a third runner-up. Not this one. She's So High by Tal Bachman,
Yeah,
which was
that's
like
a banger.
all over this bullshit.
That plays a lot.
My third runner-up was Love Fool by the Cardigans.
Which I also do love.
Loveful's a great
Fool.
song.
slaps. And then Mrs. Robinson by the Lemonheads.
I also think that Kiss Me is a little more, like, mostly lyrically I'm talking, it's a little more childish, a little more saccharine, a little more silly sweet, whereas Sway is, like, quite evocative, romantic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
yeah.
The last one, then, we should say that we do know that it's by Simon and Garfunkel, but the Lemonheads version is what always turns up in these movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Simon and Garfunkel song is not in any of these. It's always Lemonheads. It's a shame about Ray.
There's an Andrew Jackson
Bad
Jihad song where they use a bit of Mrs. Robinson that works quite well.
Okay,
Mm.
next category is the funny rooting song /
Yeah.
the oh my god, that girl is hot song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
like
is the goofy song you get in the
Yeah,
movie.
which is almost always
So-
thing like the slow motion, like, whoa.
Yeah, so this is where a young Andrew Hastings, fresh from pounding down an orange Julius and doing a kickflip, sees like the slutty girl who wears like a crop top and has her boobs out. And Hastings
I
sees
actually
her,
think she's really intelligent
Yeah.
and good at reading.
and the needle drops and it goes.
I
and
don't
then-
think she's a slut at all. I
No,
think
but she
she's
is
just
into-
expressing her body healthily.
Yeah, but you think that, and then later in the movie, it's proved that she is just like a bad person. Like,
Yeah,
No, I
and,
think-
and you fall for
No.
the one who is good at reading.
There's no
But,
one that
like,
you're trying to impress who's the subject of this song.
I think that fictional character is actually the real hero of the
This
story.
does
You're forgetting that these movies are not woke.
This does not take place in 2018.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it through a
This
modern
is in
lens.
2001.
Yeah, you're beating off on a webcam. Just
2001, the year the 90s died,
Yeah.
when Blink-182 released their last non-serious album.
and the towers fell.
Man, R.I.P. to the Towers.
Tower Records.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's what I meant. Tower Records went out of business.
Man, never forget
Which was
9/11. Never
never-
forget take off your pants and jacket.
Never forget Sanity.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to a real music
We will
retailer.
never forget, thanks to Aaron Gox's regional Australia tours.
Yeah.
So yeah, the unanimous winner for this one is Fever for the Flavor. by
Of course.
Wax.
Hey, I have a question.
Can I get?
Do you think that I could get some?
Chicky Chicky?
Maybe get
Man.
a little finger?
I mean, like it's the best one.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is it possible that Sticky Fingers named their band after that song?
I hope not.
entirely.
No,
Sticky,
it's
sticky.
a like,
See, it means fingering. I know it means.
but it's also like a wanky reference to the Rolling Stones that they've almost never listened to, probably.
Yeah, and thievery. I think
Got
like
him.
he has sticky little fingers.
Maybe.
I think it's a cum thing. All right.
I think it's a cum venom.
Ugh.
He's back.
He's back.
That band is Cum Venom.
We are coming. All right, what else we got? These are some good options here, though. Pretty Fly for a White
Yeah,
Guy
you
by The
take the lead
Offspring.
for a second.
That's classic as shit. We all know what that is. That's hilarious. It's great. Celebrity Skin by Hole. No idea why that's on the list.
Yeah.
I know why it's on the list.
Is it because it's in a
Andrew.
Buffy song? Episode?
No, it's because it's the song that plays when Kevin eats out Tara Reid and American
Ah,
Pie
of
One.
course. Right,
Oh,
right,
it
right.
is too.
It's a good song, man. I like Hole.
It's a killer song.
We told that time that me and Jamie had that hot riff off pod one time.
I don't know.
I was listening to Hole that day, and I go to Jamie, hey, man, do you like Hole? And he goes, yeah, man, of course. And then I go, yeah, I love this song. And he goes, oh, you mean the band?
Oh, good.
Pretty good.
Recounting a riff is
Recounting one of his
never
riffs.
funny.
I think that's pretty good.
It's never good. Trying to recreate a riff on stage.
This one I thought was very worthwhile. Milkshake by Khalees. That's a classic, right?
I didn't vote for that because it felt too late.
Yeah.
Came out after these
What was
movies.
I think it was like 02.
Really? I would have thought
Maybe
like,
03.
I
but
would have
like-
thought like 05.
Nah. What else we got? The Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang. They got an honourable mention for me. A thing I decided I was allowed to do.
Well, I probably would have done that in retrospect, but couldn't be.
I
bothered.
would have too. I also would have done an honourable mention. Bad Touch is a great song. Very
What
funny.
even was that? Like, I would have done that. I already voted.
Nah, you didn't think about it. Don't talk, do. The Bad Touch by the Bloodhound
Who
Gang.
fucking brought that up, cunt?
How
It
do
was
I
me to
leave
you.
for 2 minutes and you guys are arguing? What's going on?
Well, because that's
Just
what
trying to
happens
claim that if
between
she
us.
knew she could have given honourable mentions, she would have too.
But then I thought I'd just do it on the podcast.
Bad
This
Touch.
is a weird thing to argue about from your
Yeah,
half.
It's so strange on both halves.
Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang. Great tune. Very
That-
funny.
Very
Perfect.
well could have been. it.
Oh, so easily. Like,
I think the Bloodhound Gang is so tied into the genre as a whole.
yeah, if Fevers for the Flavor.
No,
did
but
not
that song, really, just that one.
If Fevers for the
Foxtrot
Flavor-
Charlie, Uniform Kilo as
Yeah.
well.
Nah, that would came out much later.
Yeah. it
No,
was
but
too
it's
late.
still of that. It's like Bam Margera's in the music video. Like it's of that vibe.
Oh yeah, he is. He
Yeah.
drives the banana cart that's secretly a penis.
This is true.
Man, that is some subtle euphemism.
There's some subtle
Yes,
ass
some-
shit on Bam
subtle
Margera.
Alright. I'm Bam Margera and welcome to some subtle ass shit.
I'm gonna tell Phil he's a good father. It's just like, good for you, dude.
And then he pulls his pants down.
Yeah, jerks off on it.
Also, honorable mention by Andrew Hastings, Laid by James, purely for the American Pie
It's
connection.
also like a shame. Like we should. Like I think we all agree on this. It's a shame that spoiler alert, Laid I don't think made the cut.
It didn't.
No.
But like we all know that Laid has a place in this genre.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
which is why it will
And-
be on the
Yeah,
playlist.
and by extension, our hearts.
Yep. All right, well, then what else we got? Then we
that-
got Mrs. Robinson again.
And
That happened a few times.
And
There's
then Want
some-
You
some
Bad
overlap.
again.
yeah. So Hastings has seen the hottest girl, and now it's the football game action montage song where Hastings has
So I'm like the team captain. I'm like the jock.
No, you are
No,
definitely in the
you-
stands
you-
watching.
No, I'm
You-
the like star quarterback of the football team.
No, you've like auditioned for the football team, and your dad has been like.
It's funny that you call them auditions. That speaks to how much of a nerd you are.
Hang on, Sam.
Tryouts.
Sam's got.
You're like the guy off Not Another Teen Movie.
You're like.
Breaking his leg.
I'm like
You're
the
like
guy
the
of
guy
not
from
another
another
team
team
movie
movie
is
that keeps breaking his leg.
Isn't it a
Yeah.
concussion? Isn't it a concussion?
Oh yeah,
count they
yeah,
do?
Reggie
No,
Ray.
that's every NFL player.
CTE is fucked up, dude.
Yeah. So no, in this scene, Andrew Hastings has done an audition for the football team. His dad is the coach.
I've done a
and-
football recital.
Yeah, he's done a football monologue. He's got in because his dad is the coach and just wishes that Hastings would be normal like the other kids.
Yeah,
But I'm arty and weird, dude.
And now like
That's why the chicks are so
yeah,
into
but
me.
this is where you turn around. Like, you actually have a relatively good game. You catch, like, a couple of passes. The quarterback starts to respect you as a cool dude.
Yeah, dude.
The hot chick from Fever for the Flavors, like rubbing, like, between her
Ice
breasts.
cube down her top for some reason.
Yeah, she's just spitting ice cubes
Is
out
she-
and
is she a
rubbing them on her.
cheerleader?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's, like, maybe, like, fingering herself.
Oh,
She
God.
could be fingering herself.
Yeah.
Who am I to say?
We should not be saying this because of.
Hasting's. Hastings.
Was that good for you too, baby?
Oh God.
So the football game action montage song, we have Hash Pipe by Weezer, Then we have unanimous winner, Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm, which was nominated in a bunch of categories and I don't think made it, so we decided to put it in this one.
I feel like I've seen it in at least one football game action montage.
I think I've seen it in a Smallville episode where they play football.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, so I'm taking my vote off and putting it on something else.
But like, it's a good choice, I think. Like, it's
Yes.
fast paced, like, and then it's got that like boom, ba-da-da-da, which like kind of signifies like when Andrew like first gets hit, and then he gets up, and he's the smooth criminal, like doing the juke step and like maybe a spin on his way to like catching the touch. You're nodding along like this, like you want this to be your life.
Of course he does.
I miss football.
You didn't know. I actually played American football.
I played rugby league. It's the same shit.
I played American football for a season.
I played rugby league and AFL.
I played rugby union and rugby league, so whatever.
I benched.
I actually fuck the most chicks here. So
yeah, sure. But, yeah.
yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out Jamie cheated on his wife heaps and like just like
No, that would be horrible.
It would be
a little like there'd be an irony to it.
yeah.
I don't think so. Anyway, I feel like I added most of the contenders for this because I feel like that scene is just always, because of when they came out, is just always some new metal song.
Yeah, but it's like the sub-genre of new. But, by the way, with new metal, have you realized that like everyone has a new metal band or song that they like, and when they say they like it, they're like, it's not actually really new metal. Like I've noticed that with like Deftones fans, Incubus fans, even Korn fans. You're like, oh,
Korn is so new metal.
yeah,
though.
but you're like, oh, who do you like? And like Deftones, people,
I've heard about Deftones.
Deftones
for sure.
people do it the most and kind of get away with it.
Because Deftones are like pretty good.
And yeah,
I don't see that at all. They're like
But,
they're
like-
just such a pedestrian band on that fucking plane.
but like
I
they
don't love it.
are kind of new metal. But
No,
the
totally. They're definitely
moment-
new metal.
At least their early stuff is like straight
the
new
moment
metal.
you mention it, they're like, oh, actually, Deftones aren't new metal, which like I've heard about Incubus as well, who kind of moved away from that.
I've seen people argue that the Red Hot Chili Peppers are at times new metal. Mostly on One Hot Minute.
Just
Yeah,
because
that
they're
makes sense.
ridiculous.
It's because they get a bit heavy. They're a little heavier on that album, and it's like, yeah, it's a little more.
Like
it's-
no one has ever made that argument about Limp Bizkit, is what I'm saying. Like someone who's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like break stuff, and be like, actually, it's not new metal. It's kind of like proggy.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause they're just like the
if Limp Bizkit
quintessential
isn't
new metal
then
band.
what is new metal?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like the
Yeah,
quintessential
if a Limp
band.
Bizkit falls in the forest by itself, what is new metal?
Although
just
I
realized what
I
I
read
thought
an article the other day on the top 30 new metal songs, and the winner was not Limp Bizkit. They were like 6.
Who was it?
You could probably guess it.
Slipknot.
Corn.
Yeah.
I've
which
caught
song?
myself. I just realized I have caught myself arguing that Slipknot is not new metal because I like Slipknot.
Yeah, Slipknot is.
Slipknot were also
absolutely-
on this list.
Slipknot
Yeah.
are great. They're such a good band.
The song, by the way, was Freak on a Leash.
What was
Yeah.
this? Yeah, I love Slipknot. Do you
But
guys ever hear of Slipknot?
Nah.
Man, they're great.
Very briefly, but they are not great.
They're like,
going back to
I
it,
tweeted
it's
this
very
once before. I'm glad that Rose Piper is here to tell me the correct opinion. Slipknot are great, man. I've said this before, but I think they're like the Blink-182 of metal. Like they're so accessible and so like easy and broad and
And the
fun.
Blink-182 of metal is like Metallica.
Yeah, that's probably the other option you go with. But no,
That's so much more accessible than Slipknot.
I think Slipknot are way more accessible.
The
than
thing with
Metallica.
Splitnot. The thing with Slipknot is
Spliffnot.
I knew you were going to fucking say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, but I did.
Splitmut. Is that
Split
a good
mood.
one?
Split
Oh,
mood.
God.
Yeah.
The
You know
thing
their
with-
biggest song is called Wait and Bleed? That's funny in that.
Oh,
yeah.
I've never actually heard a Slipknot song.
You
Like,
would have heard like Duality and Wait and Bleed, I reckon.
Yeah, people say that, but like no one's played it for me yet, so maybe we'll
Check
have
them
a
out, man. They're
listening
catchy.
You never sat
songs.
down and listened to People Equals Shit?
That's a great song. I don't even care. It's a
The
great song.
The idea that Rose could tell me there's a song by Slipknot called "People Equal Shit," and then someone can argue that Slipknot aren't new metal. You're just like, all right, well they have that song.
Yeah.
Like, well, shit. That's one of
The
their
song-
like
the
biggest
Heretic
songs.
Anthem?
Heretic Anthem's
Yeah.
one of their, is a fucking banger, dude.
That's like being like, yeah, break stuff.
If
is
I'm
that-
5'5", what is it? If
If-
you're
if I'm-
5'5", then you're then I'm
If you're
6'6".
5'5", then I'm 6'6". What's
Oh,
it
what
like
it's
to be
like
a heretic? Man, great. That's a great chorus.
Yeah,
one of the
Jesus.
all-time great choruses.
Here, okay, so here are the rest of the things because we're like on an hour now.
Oh,
but,
dear.
Boom by POD,
Yep.
which is
Sure.
sure. Epic by Faith No More, which
That's
I've
a
never
good
heard.
shout.
Yeah, I nearly voted for that.
Alive by POD.
Yeah.
My runner-up, which is Bar with the Bar, by Kid Rock.
Was also tempted to vote for that.
And also because, like, it's famous to me because, like, in the Big Day Out Blink-182 version of Damn It, they do No Scrubs and Bar with the Bar at the same time in the bridge.
Yep.
Do they?
Yeah, so, like, they go, I don't want no scrubs, and then Mark is like, bar with the bar, the band, digga, yeah. And then they go
Is
into...
that in the Big Day Out one?
It's either in the Big Day Out one or, like, something around there.
It must be a different one because I've watched that Big Day Out one so many times.
Yeah, I've
which is, by the way, the greatest comedy performance of all time.
Hastings is playing with his fat, and it's like a lava
Disturbing?
lamp. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's fucked.
Speaking of disturbing, I believe that may come up in the
Yeah,
category.
it will. So the next song is One Step Closer, Linkin Park, rest in peace.
Man, great
Mike
song.
Shinoda. The next song is Down with the Sickness. Ooh, wah, ah, ah, ah.
By the way, something that you both and everyone who listens to this should look up is look up. There's a compilation of like failed versions of people doing that.
That's great.
It
So
is.
it's like, ooh, ah, ah.
Oh, it's
I
fantastic.
fucked it up trying to do it, for
It's
sure.
fantastic.
Ooh, wah, ah, ah.
All right, let's move on.
I would. Can I add one? I just thought of one that's not on this list.
Yeah.
Bodies by Drowning Pool.
And is
Oh,
that
not
new
bad.
metal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would say that's
I was
definitely
expecting
new
you to
metal.
argue that it wasn't.
No, I would argue that's a good song.
And then Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, which
Now
is
that's
not
a good
Which is
song.
not really new metal. It's more of a kind of funk.
kind of like a funky hip hop
Yeah,
sort of
kind
thing.
of like a funky hip hop beat, but
Like
by
with
a
like a
white guy
prog
and
rock
and
kind
an
of vibe.
angry man wearing a mask.
Yeah.
There are a lot of new metal bands where it's like angry guys wearing masks.
You remember
Roland-
Mudvayne?
Roland will always
Yeah,
have
I
a
remember
real.
That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Roland will always have a special place in my heart because it was the Undertaker's theme song for a few years.
How many times have you brought that up on the pod now?
Never, none. I've
You
never,
definitely
No, I
have.
think you've
You
done it
definitely have.
Hey, prove it. I don't.
Oh, all right, I'll go back and listen.
All right, I'll go back and listen to 30 episodes of my dog shit podcast.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, damn me.
Yeah, do that or just accept that I'm right. They're your options.
No.
No, never.
You're welcome to try prove me wrong.
So the next category
Mhm.
is the party song. The party song.
Oh.
I just became Tom
Just
Walker
doing a
for
Tom
a
Walker
second.
bit there.
So the party song. So at this point, Andrew Hastings is kind of like he's caught the like winning touchdown reception.
Yeah.
Well, I sequenced it this way because I felt like the party always comes after the
Yeah,
football
well that's what
game.
happened. Hastings is caught.
I've-
Guys turn up in their
earned
fucking
it.
jock jackets.
Yeah.
Hastings.
This is my shot to be cool. This is a shot to solidify my position as a cool kid.
Hastings has caught
Oh,
the
and,
winning.
and you don't do it.
Hastings,
Nothing goes wrong at the party, obviously.
Hastings has caught the winning touchdown pass. His dad has done that like silent nod thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
good on you,
yeah,
Hastings.
yeah.
And people like,
But
fuck.
I've also ignored my friends in the process.
Yeah, you've ignored.
This is true. Yeah,
You've
yeah.
ignored your loser friends, but like the hot cheerleader girl comes
Yeah,
up.
Jamie and I are just left
Yeah.
by the
Yeah,
wayside.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
going to
yeah.
the
Talking
cool-
about how to capitalize song titles in a more efficient way. And yeah, like I'm.
I
yelling-
always say that the album should be in italics, but the songs in inverted commas,
I'm
which is
yelling
actually
at
what I
Rose.
do.
It's actually.
Oh, you are insufferable. You are.
It's actually you can.
Hey, look, we're all fucking insane in our own ways, okay?
Yeah, it's me yelling at Rose saying it's actually you can do it featuring Nicki Minaj, and he's like, it's actually Miss Toy. So at
Nicki
the-
Minaj would have been like 10 when that
yeah.
came out.
So at this point, so the hot girl comes running over to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gives you a hug. You get the biggest fucking boner you've ever got in your
Oh,
life.
you
and like,
failed.
but like, no, she doesn't notice it, but she invites you to the party, and then the funny scene afterwards is like Hastings turns around, smiles, and he's got a huge.
Oh, is this like one of those realistic things where there's just like a really obvious boner
he's
for a
got
really long
He's
time?
got a huge bone rock that for some reason is like 20 inches long, even though he's got a tiny penis with a freckle on it.
Hey, it's perfectly acceptable size.
Sure. So she's invited you to this party. She says it's going to be sick. Like she said that there's going to be drinking, and she's like, who knows? Maybe...
I actually have the biggest dick on earth, so
shut the fuck
prove that
up.
I don't. Prove that I don't.
All right.
This
I'll listen to
episode's
30
already too long.
All right, I'll listen to 30 episodes of this podcast to prove that. So she's invited you. She's like implied that she gets a little amorous when she drinks. You're super horny about it, and you tell
Sick.
your friends, but they're kind of like, yeah, well, do we get invites? And you're like, shrug, you know?
Yeah.
And
So
so what happens? We choose from these songs. The Party Song by Blink-182, which was originally my vote because
it's called the party song.
Because
Absolutely.
it's called the party song, but I don't think I've ever heard it in one of these movies.
It's never
ever.
been in one. It's an album track by Blink-182, which is why I ultimately chose to change my song. Then Electric Feel by MGMT, which I feel like is too late.
That's
I
like-
felt it was too late.
Yeah, same.
That's far too late.
And
That was
then-
like 2006 or something.
Tipsy by Jaquan.
Now we're
Also-
talking my language.
also too late.
Which got Andrew Hastings' vote. Too late, but I also feel like we've done like Project X, which feels like this song.
It probably
should
would have
be
been in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Tipsy by Jaquan.
I've tried to block that movie out of my
I have a
memory.
lot of memories of school discos, being in nightclubs,
Yes.
house parties on MDMA.
What fucking school disco played everybody in the club? getting
Everyone I went
tipsy?
to.
Yeah.
Everyone I went
For
to.
real?
Absolutely. It was one of like the main ones.
Also, like-
half the songs
Jesus.
on here
Also,
are from
because
school
like
discos.
we're talking about like these movies and saying this was too late, but when we graduated high school, I feel like Jaquan Tipsy played at a lot of year 12 parties for me.
Oh,
Maybe.
for sure. Well, Electric Feel, I was in like, I was like,
Yeah,
19, 20.
Electric Feel. I was in college. I think maybe even out of it.
We probably would have been in high school. I reckon it was like 2006 or 7.
Yeah. So I was probably in college by that point. I'd just gone away to college, you know.
great song.
Yeah. The next song is "Yeah" by Usher.
Also too late.
Yeah, but like, is it? I think it was when I was in year 12. I think it was 2004.
Sam's
Right?
furiously shaking her head.
The next song, definitely not too late, but I just didn't feel it. Was "In the Club" by 50
That
Cent.
nearly got my vote.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
feel
iconic for me into club.
Winning song.
Sam's now apoplectic.
Yeah, now we're talking Sam's language. Now
The winning,
The winning
song,
song?
is "The Rockefeller Skank" by Fatboy Slim.
I felt like that always turned up in these scenes.
I feel like it either turned up in the party or the prom at some point.
Yeah.
Where like people are cutting loose and they're dancing.
Yeah.
And then the last one is another rehash. It's Hash Pipe by Weezer.
Yes. Which will turn up again.
So at this
later.
point, Hastings is in the party. He's walking through. He's maybe got like a couple of those red solo cups. What's in
Fuck
one?
yeah.
Straight Cavassier, leading us to the one hip hop song.
fuck yes.
Oh, this is how you write a script. Write the soundtrack and then reverse engineer.
You laugh, but I think I've come up with a pretty coherent narrative.
No,
so far.
you're doing all right. You're doing well.
Okay, so the first song, which was originally my vote, but I changed it, was X Gon' Give It To You. Which,
Great
like,
choice.
it's the Comedy on Edge theme song, so it has a very special place in my heart. There's nothing like coming on to do 5 minutes about saying that you're a dumpy little loser when
Yeah.
DMX is screaming. But yeah, well, I think we all didn't choose
Isn't
it.
X gonna give it to you exhibit?
No, it's DMX.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of X, which is by X to the Z.
You're thinking about
Maybe.
XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
Always thinking of XXX
Gone too soon.
You're thinking about X Park.
You're thinking about ecstasy because you love ding dong.
Dangalangs, ding dong dangs, ding a ding a ding dong, ramalama sing song.
So the next song is California
Gibberish.
Love by Tupac, which we didn't include.
I nearly voted for that.
Yep.
Featuring
I never voted
Dr.
for that.
Dre.
Yeah. you didn't write feet dot Dr.
Yeah.
Dre.
Yeah, I didn't go back
Rose,
and...
you can't just say what you want to say in a dumb voice and then distance yourself from it that way. We know that's what you're actually thinking.
I'm making fun of myself.
All right, all
It's
right.
called-
And yet when I do it, it's called a drug and alcohol problem. But that's,
Well,
I'm drinking
Also, I
all
only
these beers
did that-
ironically.
I also only did that to ones that I added. I didn't go back
I'm
and
just
change
bringing
that much.
attention to myself. just
Doing a bit. It's like
just,
injecting
yeah,
heroin.
just drinking a whole bottle of Johnny Walker Red.
Man, there's definitely some cunt out there who's done heroin ironically.
Oh, I'm certain.
For sure there is.
Didn't we talk about that in an earlier episode?
About
Maybe.
guys who like
Yeah,
look to be
you
cool.
mentioned it, right? Someone was like, "I'm gonna move to Brooklyn, like the heroin scenes."
Yeah,
Gonna go to
yeah.
the village, man.
So the next song was "Tricky"
That's
by Run
for
DMC.
road trip.
Yeah,
Which
almost.
is a great scene in Road Trip.
Yep. The next song is "Tipsy" by Jaquan. Almost got my vote. because it
Almost got my
left off.
vote again.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, "Yeah" by Usher and "In the Club" by 50 Cent. And then winner, "Party Up" brackets up in here. Close brackets.
See, I didn't know it was called Party Up. I thought it was called Up in Here.
I thought it was called "Party Up in here." So
Right.
I thought it was called Party Up in here, but also I didn't think about it that much.
See, aren't you glad we clarified
yeah,
that?
absolutely. I'm glad so that we got 10 seconds of
Yeah.
content.
I reckon this is in almost every fucking movie like
Yeah,
this.
same. And like, even if it's not teen sex comedies, it's always in the scene where like someone loses. So Andy's got his glass of Cavassier. He's like drinking it, being like, "Wow, drinking is actually pretty cool." And then it's like,
Maybe he's got a fat blunt.
no. Andy at this point hasn't done weed. You've got to distance Andy, the character from the movie, than the gremlin that's sitting shirtless next.
Oh
to
no,
us.
the weed turns up in a later track.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. So, and then the last song, which I almost voted for, is the aforementioned, you can do it, Ice Cube feet dot Mac 10 and this toy.
Can I ask though, was there a particular reason that Thrift Shop by Macklemore was left off this list?
Because it came out in like 2009 or
I
something,
think maybe-
didn't it? Or later
I
than
think
that.
it's also probably the best hip hop song ever written.
I
So I
think-
don't
'cause
know
it was too good.
how you get away with leaving it off.
Also, it's
Yeah.
new metal.
Yeah, it's new metal,
Yeah.
and it's almost like it's like a classic. It's like how Scorsese overuses like Rolling Stones songs. You know, it's kind of like every teen sex comedy uses Thrift Shop by Macklemore.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
the weirdest bit I've ever done.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Didn't
But,
really make
Yeah, that was a
sense.
bad bit. We
but
should
I
move
liked-
on. We've
but
got
I
limited
liked it.
time.
Okay, so Andy's sipping his Cavassier. He's scanning around for the hot girl. Let's call her Alexis because I feel like they're always called Alexis. He's scanning around when who does he run into but the villain, who's the big jock who's on the football team that's not really impressed. Anyone could catch a fucking ball free.
and the
What
villain-
song is playing when the villain walks in?
The villain is also smoking a blunt because drugs are bad.
He's also rich. I think he's a rich guy.
Yeah.
oh, he's
he's-
definitely rich.
he's
He's got
rich.
like he's
He's
got his
stacked.
fucking jock jacket on.
He bumps into Andy. He's wearing his Letterman jacket. And he's like, just because you thought you caught the final touchdown pass, emo, doesn't make you one of us. And what song
Yeah.
plays? Good question. Let me unlock my phone. So the choices were Smooth Criminal, Four Seasons, in brackets Spring, by Vivaldi.
What
which was-
is that song?
It's the song where every
Yeah.
time a rich guy walks, I'll just play
Da-
it.
da-
For,
da- 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 da. It's like,
I'll get it up.
I don't know.
I was skeptical, but then when I listened to it, I was like, oh, he's right. Like,
It's in every fucking. Hold on, here we go.
just play it into the mic.
Yeah. I
You
am.
got 15 seconds of fair use. Actually, this might be public domain.
It's absolutely public domain.
so
Really?
play the whole song.
While
We'll
we
let
do
this
the
episode
bit.
Go for way longer. That's like a shitty.
That's like a
loop
slowed down
cover.
version. Hold on.
This is a keyboard cover.
Yeah, fuck
Like
this.
there's a full orchestral version of it. I also got the song on.
There we go.
How is this connected to a villain?
It is.
It is.
Like, I've
every
seen
time
it
you see a
happen.
rich douche. Every time you see a rich douchebag in a movie.
But
But I'm picturing a like cunt at a party.
What about what's that song? It's called Rumble, I think.
Rumble.
Rumble. It's like a guitar bass. It doesn't matter. That one,
Ramble
I've
on
heard-
by Led
no,
Zepp-
not Ramble on.
Anyway, that got Hastings' vote. The next one was Firewater Burn by Bloodhound Gang, which is like
An odd choice.
pretty badass though.
Yeah.
And then
It's not really a villain one. That's more like
and
a
then-
montage.
And
one.
then the winner was Hash Pipe by Weezer with
Yeah.
Sam Rose. Just because like it's got that kind of sinister vibe about
Yeah,
it.
dun 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 dun
And he's
dun
like,
dun dun. The guy's
"Ugh."
there like, you're
Yeah.
fucked. Hey,
Yeah.
smoke some of this herb, man.
Man, I would actually love to. If there's any way that we could smoke some of that.
So next thing,
So you've actually like,
I've come
going
full
through this
circle.
character arc.
so the next thing, we're at this party, right? Alexis has maybe had a little too much to drink. She's getting kind of like pressured into stuff by Tyler, one of the jocks.
His name is definitely Tyler.
Yeah.
Or Jake.
Hastings comes over and is like, she's actually a real fucking human being with real feelings. And they're like, oh, dude, what are you, a pussy? And Hastings is like, nah.
Maybe I am a pussy.
Yeah, maybe I am, but like at least I care about her. And so like drags her away and she's like feeling sick. And that's when the soft new metal song comes on.
Yeah, the moment of like retribution.
Yeah.
Good guy retribution.
And we had It's Been a While by Stained, which none of us voted for because Comedy Bang Bang's done it to death.
Yeah, and also it probably is a little later
Yeah.
era.
We had The Reason, which was my runner-up vote, because even though it's a little late, it seems perfect for that
It does.
soft new metal
It
song.
definitely
The
does.
song was huge.
See, the song
Yeah.
that we picked, which doesn't fit in with my plot, but like makes sense as the best soft new metal song, is Drive.
It's
by
absolutely
Incubus.
Drive by Incubus.
But like, I can see like you dragging Alexis away from Tyler while like the acoustic guitar plays,
Yeah.
and then Easy,
Whatever tomorrow.
and then Easy by Faith No More.
Yeah.
And so you've dragged her away, right? You're
See that I would place Easy by Faith No More in a different scene where like the morning after where you've fucked up and you're like sad and eating crow.
so
It's like you walking through the street getting an ice cream on your own.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But the Sunday morning is not So easy.
What about what's the name of that song that's every morning and I wake up
Every
Sugar
Morning
Ray.
by Sugar
yeah,
Ray.
there we go. Put that one for that scene. That's
So the next song, Andy has dragged Alexis away from Tyler, has like helped her sober up, and she's been like, you know what, like I hang out with mean guys all the time. It's nice to just meet like a good guy, and like they come together, they do like a kiss. But like
He goes
You're-
for the kiss and she's like, "You're my best friend."
No.
That's how we made Friendzone, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I think there's like a little peck, but like the intention is hard to read. Is it like romantic or is it friends? And that's when the old 80s song plays. And so the old 80s song is oh fuck, we missed. Oh no, the Artie Kids song should have been way earlier.
Oh, well.
Should have been introducing Andy. But so the old 80s song is that we had Please 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 Let Me Get What I Want by the Smiths. And then we had unanimous winner, Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds from the Breakfast Club, which makes sense in the context of this. They've just kissed. Don't You Forget About Me is playing. She's drunk. Will she remember it? Andy's like, I hope she doesn't forget about me. We also had Can't
Sounds like me.
She does.
Yeah, we also had Can't Hardly Wait by the Replacements purely because it slaps. And Take On Me by Aha.
I also think we forgot Come On Eileen.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. Oh well, we can add that later.
we did forget to come on Eileen.
Oh God.
So then Hastings is feeling pretty good about himself after that thing with Alexis. So now we see him doing a bunch of things to try and win Alexis's heart, which brings on the General Montage song. So
See, this probably should have come earlier as well.
Yeah, so Hastings is showing up with flowers. Hastings is catching more touchdown passes. Hastings is becoming friends with the more popular kids while his original friends are sitting around in
We also
homeroom.
should bring back the old bit where, like, this character would definitely be called Andy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
While,
They
I
would
mean, that
be.
does make sense.
They would
character-wise,
definitely
yes.
be called Andy.
while Andy's original friends are sitting talking about Ms. Toy in homeroom. So we have the General Montage song. We not unanimous winner, but winner, Two Princes by the Spin Doctors.
Fuck yeah.
Which we kind of agreed. We got the what do you call it? The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
where me and Andy thought it kind of was
Is
on
in every Teen
every
Sex.
Teen Sex
It's never been in a Teen
but
Sex
it's
comedy.
actually
Yeah.
it's actually in our sister podcast, Enemy podcast, Mike Check, because it was in
How I Married an Axe Murderer.
yeah, How I Met Your Axe Murderer.
See,
How I...
No,
I
it's So I Married an Axe.
it's How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Axe Murderer Mother.
How I Axe Murdered Your Mother.
Yeah.
See, why I reckon you think this song was like why you got Mandela affected or whatever is because you're probably watching one of these on TV and during the ad break this song played in a fucking Target ad.
Very
I
possible.
swear to God, it was in a Target
Very
ad.
possible.
That
Very
played
Played
a
in
lot.
like a lot of 90s shit. So then we have Rose's Vote, which was 1 week by Bare Naked Ladies.
I can't see it as a teen
It
sex.
has been.
Yeah.
I can't see it as a teen sex comedy song because it's in an episode of The West Wing.
It's
But
literally
it
in
is.
American
It's
Pie.
in American Pie.
Yeah, it's also in The West Wing.
I think
first American
it
Pie.
opens and closes American Pie.
It might.
The Bare
do.
Naked Ladies are in The West Wing for one shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's cool.
They're there at a Rock the Vote rally.
So then then we had the Authority song by Jimmy World from Van Wilder. We had Can't Get Enough of You Baby by
Great
Slash
song.
and Flagpole Sitter by Harvey Danger.
I was very tempted to vote for
I
that.
don't know what that song is.
Yeah, neither do I.
I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that's a montage song. In
Oh,
American
like the
Pie.
theme song from Peep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is in American Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Which I believe plays during a montage.
I could see David Mitchell fucking a pie.
Yeah.
Like that's like something he would do in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should do an English remake.
give it a try.
We should do a remake of American Pie, but they're all in their 40s and it stars David Mitchell.
And
Like-
Robert Webb. Like
like
Robert Webb
Meringue
would be a
Pie.
good kind of like bisexual Stifler.
Yeah.
So next we have the breakup heartbreak song. So Andy has like gone to all these lengths to impress her, but
But she.
well, he shows up to a house.
There's
saying-
been some sort of miscommunication.
Well, she's
Yeah.
like he's done all these things. They've been hanging out. They've
Comedy
been
of
having
errors.
fun. But Hastings shows up. Andy shows up to her house. He's got like a flower. He's got like a bottle of wine. And she opens the door. And who's there standing behind her? But ew, Tyler. And then the breakup song plays. And so we had Andrew Hastings vote Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
Do you want to say why?
Oh, I just think that's like, if someone's going to be sad in a movie, you put on Bittersweet Symphony, people get the fucking message.
Yeah, I agree. And Cruel Intentions, which we have not done.
Yeah,
yet,
but yeah,
it's
it's
like a big part.
iconic.
I keep getting asked to do that. We should do that. soon.
Someone, Yeah, someone said
Someone
they
wants
wanted
to
to.
guest on it.
Yeah,
man.
I can't remember who. If you're listening and it's you, let us know.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Classic.
Which I feel like is a classic.
Mm.
Don't Speak by No Doubt.
I think that's just a good song.
Yeah. I voted for this one, and I think it might be a little too far fed.
Oh, is this
but
the other one we didn't agree on yet?
I voted for Sweet Disposition by the Temper
That's
Trap.
from 500 Days of
It's
Summer.
500
right?
Days of Summer, too late. Not really a teen sex comedy.
I actually quite like that song. Though.
And then the last one.
It works very well in that
Yeah.
movie.
I like their other song, the other big single Temper Trap had, Trembling Hands. I think it's a really good song.
You mean the same song?
Yeah, it does sound exactly the same. Yeah.
And then the last one, which is Rose's vote, was Be Like That by Three Doors Down. So now we've got
Which, again, my opinion was coloured by the American Pie 2 soundtrack.
Would you say that sometimes it do be like that?
That's not how this song goes.
Would you say sometimes that it's like that and that's just the way it is?
That I would say, yes.
Man, that ain't it, Chief. I'm just saying Twitter memes down.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we got a tiebreaker here. So one of us has to switch our vote. It's probably going to be me because I chose one that I think should be disqualified. I am going to go... So, my obvious second vote would also be Iris, the Goo Goo Dolls, which neither of you have chosen as well.
Right.
So
maybe in terms of preferential.
I'm really the swing vote here. What
If
am
it's
I?
preferential voting,
Florida?
Iris might win.
Yeah,
We've got a hung podcast.
I'm a hanging Chad.
I have no idea what that means. I know it's a voting thing.
It was a thing to do with the Bush.
Florida recount. Yeah, I might choose Iris if you're willing to come with me on this, Andy.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's form a.
I knew this would happen.
Let's form a coalition on Iris. And
Yeah.
get
Come
our-
over to this side once in a while.
Nah, we're the
fucking
Liberal
how
National
dismissive
Party
is that?
It's
coalition.
warm. We got Fitzy and Whipper.
Oh, you
Yeah.
dirty dog. We should start doing your bits on the
I
podcast
love
too.
Okay, so Iris is the winner.
This is why you're always so chipper, because you're a very fun drunk.
Yeah, baby. So Iris is the winner. Andy's got his heart broken now.
Oh, this is upsetting.
He's mad that
Except
Tyler...
about Andy having his heart broken.
So then we have the next song. Andy returns to his old friends who are like, "Oh well, we're just here capitalizing songs in a music playlist. Where have you been for the last while?" And Andy's like, "Look, I'm sorry. We're always friends, but I'm in love with Alexis.
I need your help
yeah." At which
for the
point,
scheme.
At which point we lock eyes, me and Rose as the friends, be like, "We can help." And then the one-hit wonder plays.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so the first one is an Andrew Hastings honorable mention, "Teenage Dirtbag" by Weezer.
Just because that is such a. The whole thing is a teen sex.
There-
Yeah, well, it's like the song for Loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were lots of tempting choices in this one.
Yeah. You Only Get What You Give by the New Radicals.
That was tempting.
Yeah. Two Princes.
But
by the,
that I feel like could also be the general montage
yeah.
song.
Two Princes by the Spin Doctors, which
Yeah.
if the Spin Doctors hadn't won general montage, I would have done this. But then the unanimous winner is Semi-Charmed Life
How can you look past it?
by Third Eye Blind. As a one-hit wonder, do.
The song which I listened to this podcast the other day that analysed this song, and apparently it's about being addicted to meth and
Yeah.
copping blowies.
Yeah, but not in teen sex comedies. It's about being cool and skating with your friends.
Yeah, that is a semi-charmed life.
Yeah, and then we also had Smooth Criminal, One
Again.
Week, and Flagpole Sitter again. This song should have gone a lot earlier to introduce Andy Hastings.
I was tempted to vote for Flagpole Sitter in this one.
But this song I'm going to retroactively put at the third in the track listing. Andy Hastings shows up in his beat up car that's not as cool as the other kids, but he steps out. He's got badges on his backpack. He's not your quintessential jock, even though he's got the muscular upper body.
See, I'm going for a
jock.
different. I was going for a different angle with the Artie Kid song. I wanted a song where it's like a downbeat in the plot, and it shows what a sensitive, creative soul I am.
Because I was thinking the Artie Kid, and this is not the plot that I wanted, but I thought it was the plot we were going to get, would be that he would go after the cool girl, but it turns out she's bitchy, and me, the Artie annoying best friend, is who he goes for in the end.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Seems
And that
likely.
plays during me.
Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, well we're too
Which
far.
does a lot for our theory that Andy loves trans women.
Yeah,
I watched some more trans porn the other day.
how was it?
It's all right. The voice threw me off a little.
The trans porner too.
That's funny.
No, it's good.
Yeah, the voice threw me off a little, but I'll work on it.
Transporters, dark side of the pussy.
It's good.
Yeah.
Starring
What are the
Shia LaPorn.
Yeah. What are the
The
other,
Shia
what are the
LaTrans.
other Transformers movies called?
I couldn't tell you what.
Bumblebee.
Oh man, I've really been Decepticon. So the Hardy Kids song, the Andrew Hastings vote. Please, 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 let me get what I want.
Yeah, I was thinking Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep, makes sense. Do you have anything to add about why you chose it?
Oh, it's a great song. I love the Smiths a lot.
Okay. So we have Heroes by David Bowie from Perks of Being a Wallflower. We had The Winner, which me and Rose chose, which makes sense for my plot of Hastings, like he doesn't give a fuck. It's Bad Reputation by Joan Jett.
I feel like this is in more than one movie.
I hate that song.
The Artie
but
Girl.
I feel like it's used in movies now as shorthands for people that just don't give an F.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey used it as her entrance music in both UFC and WWE, and
he
it's
said he
fucking
was gonna
lame.
do it. Yeah, he
Doesn't
did.
match her character at all. It's so I hate Ronda Rousey. She
He
sucks.
said he was going to do this.
That's all I have to say.
no,
I just
we
want to say
really
that I hate that song and I hate the way Ronda Rousey uses it.
So
Gee,
next,
everybody's so fucking enriched by that opinion.
Asleep by the Smiths. There's a Light That Never Goes Night by the Smiths, and New Slang.
There's a light that never goes night.
Yeah, well, that's what you wrote.
It never goes out.
You wrote There Is a Light That Never Goes Night.
I don't know why you're assuming I wrote it.
It's because Andy sleeps with a nightlight on because he's afraid of the
Scared
dark.
of the dark.
So then afterwards, the friends help Andy get Alexis back, and it turns out Alexis sucks anyway. And then, we're here. This is the last song, the end credits song.
Would the romantic song would play again?
Yeah, so you have
From
Sway
earlier.
Redux. Or
Yeah.
or you go Kiss Me as the runner-up.
Yeah,
So
which is true.
Andy kisses Alexis with tongue. Yeah.
Too much tongue.
Yeah, maybe one
And
would
too
argue-
fast.
Maybe one would argue that's a little aggressive, but he does it, baby.
I get no complaints.
And then
If you got filmed kissing the way you do for a movie, the director would call it back.
like, can you just pull it back a little bit? Andrew? Can we just,
so now we're at the end of the movie, the last
So it's the last song.
song, the end credits song. The winner, just because it slaps, I chose Can't Hardly Wait, and so did Rose by The Replacements.
Did Andy do that to appease you?
No,
Oh.
I voted for "Don't You Forget About Me" for the end credits song because
right.
I think it is the most iconic end credits song of all time in real life.
Unless,
Yeah, I think
unless you love the replacements. as
So
much as we
excusing
do.
"Lose Yourself" and "Venom."
Yeah. Like, look, you're right.
It's the best.
When you're right, you're right.
It's the best end credits song ever made that isn't by Eminem.
Yeah. Look, you're right, but Can't Hardly Wait by The Replacements does slap.
And also, don't you forget about me won an earlier category, didn't it?
Yeah, won the 80s song, didn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Man, what a tune! What a fucking tune!
And that's it. That's the soundtrack. Oh, wait.
oh
Hang
wait,
on a minute.
we got one more.
Wait a minute.
Bonus track.
There's 45 seconds of silence?
Yeah.
What's going on? Of course, any 90s teen sex comedy can't
Wouldn't be complete
without the
inexplicable Smash Mouth song.
And so we have a winner here as well. It's Can't Get Enough of You, Baby.
Yeah.
Which All Star is a bigger song.
Yeah, but All Stars to Shrek.
Yeah, All
Yeah,
Star's a different vibe, man.
Well, All Star is in almost every movie, but Can't Get Enough of You, Baby is in more of these movies.
I actually voted for something else. I voted for Walking on the Sun, but really it's much of a muchness. It's one of those two songs.
Was there a fourth one?
Yeah, Why Can't We Be Friends?
Oh, yeah, I added that. That's in
Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball? Man, you guys want to play some basketball?
Let's
As I like to call it.
To invent a new
beers.
game.
Yeah, no, beer pong.
Yes.
Basketball.
And that's it. That's the soundtrack Hastings got with Alexis. Who knows how it's going to go? Tune in to Hastings 2.
Yep. Okay.
Where Andrew Hastings will return.
Absolutely.
That's the We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All official soundtrack.
Yeah, and we've got a lot more songs. I mean, we pretty much named every song, but we'll add to it. I'm not sure if there's a functionality where we can get our fans to add to it without our permission.
Hey,
You
I think so. Like making it
no, you
open.
you have to specifically send it to them, I think.
can I get a live update from the director we met with earlier? Jamie, I can give you a live update.
Yeah.
She put on her Instagram story that that we met with her. Like she put up a photo of us. I just got a photo from a guy who we know separately from her who actually used to date her. And I just got a message from him going, "You know her?" So now I got to post. Yeah, sorry.
That's funny. Is it someone I know as well?
It is someone you know.
Yeah. Hey? All right.
Yeah. They used to date.
Famous hip hop artist.
Yeah,
It's not
dude.
every day you meet someone that dates a rapper.
Yeah. Kim
Rap artist.
from like Eminem's ex-wife. She dated a rapper.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's it. I mean, we've done an hour and a half.
We've run out of steam.
I mean, I could go all night, but like, I want to get to Everly and drink a beer.
Yeah.
I could go Bevo right
Yeah,
now.
that's-
I gotta go to a spot so it Tuesday.
And then you're gonna come get summary.
Yeah, I think so. I see how I feel, but probably, yeah.
All right, cool.
You have to come and have a cocktail.
Yeah, we got to get it's the cocktail of the week this week is the mojito.
Mm.
Yeah, that'll do it from us. Come to all our stupid fucking rooms.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you probably already come to them if you listen to this, and if not, start.
Yeah.
And then come and meet us.
Or if
Even
you
though
come
we
to the
seem
rooms
like-
and don't listen to the podcast, listen to the podcast. I don't know how you'd hear this, but it would really help us out if you did that.
Listen to the podcast and start making waves with your friends about the possibility of us doing a live show so we can live the dream one
Yes.
Yeah.
last time. Yeah.
Do a live show and then finally end this.
Yeah, exactly. And the live show will be Austin Powers where we talk. Yeah, that was a fun one. We got a good soundtrack out of that. To the next step.
To the next step.
I want to get horny, baby. Fuck you, Cam James.